Hello everybody and welcome back to season number 5, the final season of the 1860 Munich CFG takeover recruitment. I am James from PJs00 and we are back for the final season of this incredible journey we've been on from the third tier of the Bundesliga under the ownership of the City Football Group, and we are now Bundesliga champions in the last season, DFB Pokal champions as well, and we want to go for the big one this season. That's right, this season we want the UEFA CHAMPIONS LEAGUE. It's the only trophy we won. If we win the cup, then that's a bonus. If we win the league, that's a... well, I do kind of want to win the league, but the Champions League is the main priority. I want to win the European Cup. I want to get European silverware to the City Football Group, and I believe in my heart this team truly can do it. Apologies for all the delay in uploading stuff. I know FIFA 22 is out at the moment, and of course FIFA 21 is a thing of the past, but it's the last season. I just wanted to get these up. I've been very busy in my personal life, so I haven't been able to get around to editing episodes, but now I'm pretty sure these episodes will be up pretty soon, one after the other, after I'm done. So yeah, so let's crack on with season number 5. Let's have a look at the team, see what we need for the final season. And looking at the squad, everyone is looking great. Of course, Jane Braff, one of our best players. Lucas Demetra and Lingard enjoyed a great debut campaign in my opinion. But when looking at the squad, there's a couple of positions I feel I need to get. First thing is I need a new backup goalkeeper, because Bulger hasn't quite improved. I need like the experienced goalkeeper to come in and cover for Kai Schultz in goal. I have a second choice CDM because Thuram's been brilliant at CDM, but James Sands, our backup choice, just isn't growing. He isn't good enough for me. I've lost my patience with him, so I'm going to see if I can find another holding midfielder to sort of fight Thuram for that holding midfield role. And the other position I definitely need is a strong central midfield. Now, Pajic, he's good free agent, but he isn't quite what I need for the team. And Enzo Ladice it's been good, but like in the cup final, he wasn't very good at all. So I definitely want to bring in a big money signing in the heart of midfield. And the other position I'm looking at trying to get, if I can, is another high quality winger. I think Lingard's good, but he lacks in goals on some occasions. Braff is the other way around. He scores, but he doesn't quite assist every time. So if I can bring in another high quality winger, then that'll really help the team. And as for the rest of it, I'm pretty comfortable with it. You know, got good rotation, good players in every position, and I think we're ready for the final stretch. And taking a look at the budget, holy moly, 111 million euros given to us by the City Football Group. A really healthy sum, especially when we don't need a huge amount of positions. So, love talk, let's crack on with those signings for the final season. And for our 4 signings we made to start off the transfer, they were all from the free agents. First one was Benoit Costel, a quite experienced French goalkeeper who we signed on a free transfer. The second one is Santiago Escaceba, the Argentine CDM who played for Hertha Berlin, but he's actually a free agent, a really good pickup from the free agents, even at the age of 80 overall. Don't know what I said that for. He'll do good competition for Thuram. Also in there, Jack Harrison, a former Manchester City player, remember. Played for Leeds United recently. Again, another free agent, 80 rated as well. Really good pickup, just to help the rotation in our winging position. And the final one is technically a right mid, and that's Raul Abella, a Mexican winger. But I looked at his stats, and he's better as a striker. So I'm going to convert him into a striker, and hopefully he can really get some competition for Lucas Demetra up top. And for our big money signing in the heart of midfielder, we went for the American midfielder Winston McKennie, formerly of Juventus and actually formerly of Schalke, who's joining the Bundesliga. 52 million euros plus Marco Pajic, he's going to be used. Great addition to the team, McKennie. And as for departures, we said goodbye to a number of players. First one was Sim Min Ki, the Korean striker who we signed. We sold him to Valencia. After he wasn't quite getting enough time, maybe a little bit too late with getting him. Another one was Valerie, a player who I said before, just never improved at right back. Really a shame because I thought he'd do really well. Both players will be moving on. And then our third departure was James Sands, who we sold to PSV Eindhoven in Holland for 6.5 million euros. And then the biggest departure of the transfer window was Fabian Grillinger, our long-term German winger who we had from the third tier, our very first season. He just wasn't going to get played, and I got an offer of 20 million euros from him from Lazio, so I couldn't resist, and thanks for everything you've done. What a servant to the club. And just as I thought my transfer business was done, right before the deadline, I got an offer from Manchester City for a young English striker, Devinte Kent. Now, the rules at the start of the very first episode stated if I got an offer from Man City, I had to accept it. I was really gutted because I was hoping him, Abella and Demetra would do really well. But unfortunately, Kent does depart for Manchester City to end our transfer business. And with that, our squad is set for the final season of the 1860 Munich career. Let's do this, boys. And in our very first game, we had the chance to secure more silverware, a chance to win the DFB Super Cup against Borussia Dortmund. Of course, we won both the domestic doubles, so Dortmund probably are in it because they finished second in the league. And our goalkeeper, who we signed from the free agents, Costa, decided to give him a game. And boy, did he make a mistake in that man again. Erling Haaland punished us for such a poorly placed tackle. And then they nearly went 2-0 up into the second half. A great challenge by my Northern Ireland centre-half there. And from that we countered, and Lucas Demech outpowered Bellarabi and thumped in the equaliser to make it 1-1, which was a very, very pre-season feeling game, very tight game. Verde was very good doing it, but I actually thought I lost it towards the end. Philippe Coutinho had the chance, smashed it near post with 6 minutes or so to remain. Dortmund took the lead 2-1. I thought that was a chance at Super Cup gone. Wasn't too disappointed because there's only like a friendly if anything. But straight from kickoff, we counter-attacked as Harrison played it on a shot, well saved, but Dennis Dressler, who was running into the 6-yard box, got a touch on it. It goes into the net, and we immediately respond, and we push the game towards a very tight, intense penalty shootout. Again, the penalties was the way to decide our fate, and Lucas Demetra took the first one and scored. Haaland, low on fitness, his penalty was saved by Costa, making up for his error earlier in the game. Winston McKennie, on his first appearance for the club, popped that one in. And then Eden Hazard, another one low, hits the post, and he just squeezed in their first one. Harrison calmly stroked it in to make it 3-1 before Rajic's penalty was saved by Costa, which meant our captain, our skipper, Felix Pashlack, had the chance to win the game, and he sends the keeper the wrong way. And our skipper scores another decisive and important penalty to hand us our first piece of silverware to start the season. And it is, of course, the DFB Super Cup. A great way to boost the morale and boost the game going into the season. However, our celebrations were cut short because Thuram suffered a injury, broken toe, 3 months, devastating. That means Asli Sabar, our new signing, will have to come in and help fill up for his space missed. And looking at the rest of the season, oh boy, did we get the group of death alright. Atletico Madrid, Juventus and Besiktas. Just as I want to focus on the Champions League, we get a really difficult group. The group of death is where we're going to have to win the Champions League from. And after winning our first 2 games of the season, we went away to Schalke, and Winston McKennie brought nightmare to the Schalke fans. Inside 2 minutes, he put in the first goal of the game. Doesn't celebrate, showing respect, but boy did I not show mercy in this game. Straight from kickoff, McKennie wins the ball off to the midfielder. Lucas Demetra powers past Webster, again using that strength, flicks it up, and boy oh boy, what a finish by Lucas Demetra. 2-0 before 5 minutes, and then just after 7 minutes, Demetra was played through again. Schalke were at 6s and 7s. What a hit from distance to make it 3-0, and we literally were not done there. Straight from kickoff, they lose the ball. Winston McKennie again, brilliant closing down from our new American signing. He could go for goal. He fake shot, squares it to Demetra, and he completes his hat-trick to make it 4-0. An incredible piece of ruthless attack from our side. Brilliant from our new sided, and deadly as ever by Lucas Demetra, as he showed after that. Watch this for a chip over the keeper. 5-0 before 30 minutes, and we didn't quite score any more the rest of the half, but going into the second half we just continued. Demetra got another goal to make it 6-0. And then look at this, clearance was hoofed up top. Raul Abella, who I brought on for his debut, what a header from the Mexican, leaping in the air, and he gets in the head of that clearance. It was literally just a punt upfield to get it away, but Raul Abella wanted to prove a point to his new fans. Look at this, really high ball. He jumps the highest above the defender, and he scores his first goal for the club. A brilliant goal for him, and Jack Harrison decided he wanted to get a debut goal, as his shot went saved by the keeper. But Jaden Braff, he's had a quiet season, it's only the 3rd game in the league, but regardless, Braff opens his account for the season. 8-0, thumping result, but we weren't done yet. Jack Harrison again puts the ball into Raul Abella, and he stabbed in a great finish to made it 9-0. 9-0 against Schalke, a statement made from the boys. And it was time for the Champions League, of course, the group of death. And the first team we had to play was our old foes Juventus, who of course we dramatically beat on course to the semi-finals, and we were up to make sure that they didn't get any revenge against us. Jaden Braff was allowed acres of space inside the first half. He drags the ball out wide, he's got plenty to aim for in the centre, and eventually it's a combination of Lemaitre and a defender to make it 1-0 to 1860 minute. It was a very tight game, we had to defend well throughout it. Just on 90 minute 2-0, what a header, and somehow he misses the target. Really unfortunate from our German midfielder. But going into the second half, we were creating chances, but we were holding on to our lead pretty well. Lingard put it across the face goal to Lemaitre, acres of space, 2-0. A comfortable result in terms of scoring goals. We had to defend well though, but we took our first 3 points from Juventus to begin the group of death. Great way to start the Champions League campaign. And carrying on from that first opening day win against Juventus in the Champions League, we took on Besiktas and we were 3-0 up at this point. Braff and Lemaitre were taking turns in this game from scoring against each other, and Braff allowed so much time and space. He puts it in at near post to make it 4-0, 2 for him, 2 for Lemaitre. It was literally a race to see between Braff and Lemaitre who could get a hat-trick first. We were literally dismantling Besiktas at the Olympic Stadion, and going into the second half, Braff was the one who completed his hat-trick first, as he put the ball right across the wing, loads of space constantly, no one marking him at all, and he tapped in, or pumped in, whichever way, it doesn't matter, it's 5-0. He's completed his hat-trick to make it 5-0. Lemaitre did get his technical hat-trick to make it 6-0, but Braff was taking the headlines with some cracking goals. Lingard again, loads of space. Lingard found Braff at the far post, nutmeg to the keeper. What a neat finish from our star player. Great way to make it 7-0. And Lemaitre then got a little bit jealous, so he had to get in on the goals again. Pashtag hoofed it towards Lemaitre. Great flick on to find Lingard, who was constantly banging into the box. Eventually it was squared to Lemaitre to make it 8-0. Braff made it 9. A great win. And it was Cologne away in Bundesliga to follow after that big result, 9-0 win against Besiktas, and we decided to rotate the squad, and Castellanos with a great little shot, well defended by the deep defender, but a beautiful curling shot on the rebound, curled us into a 1-goal lead. Great way to open your account. Valentin Castellanos, such a reliable player in our team, even if he doesn't start every game. But our defence isn't as always reliable. Look at the lack of marking on this goal, really poor. Equaliser. Cologne got themselves back into the game, but going into the second half, we pushed for that winning goal as Zonhi flicked it into Moda, and a wonderful acrobatic finish by Raul Abella. He's turning into quite the signing. The Mexican striker with a great finish to put us back in front, but we nearly blew it all the way into just after that, because right near the end of the game, a shot was blocked with a hand by our Northern Ireland centre half. Really disappointed with this because I didn't do nothing about it. It was just the AU whatever. But regardless, Kai Schultz, it hits the post, then he saved it in a great slide tackle, and we won that game just by 2-1. And those highlights have brought us to our first live game of today's episode. Atletico Madrid at home in the Champions League. We've played Besiktas, we wiped them to pieces. Juventus we beat. It's time to face the final team in the group of death, in my opinion, of course. So this is a team with Domino's quite stands. First time playing Atletico, they're very defensive in majority of the time, so this should be hard, but let's keep concentrated. Come on boys, let's do this. Back at home in the Champions League. Always nice to play Champions League games at the Olympic Stadion again. It's a shame about the rain. Rain always ruins things like this, but Atletico, although they'll probably be complaining of the lack of rain, but enough of the weather. Of course, Champions League is something I want to see us win this. This is what I want. Champions League is what I want. Bundesliga, I don't mind winning it, to be fair. Like, if we win it and win it, you know, I'll go for it, of course. But as you can see, Esther Sabar is in there. Thuram is injured for 3 months. I think he's actually out for probably like a month or so. Two months later. Regardless, he's doing okay at the minute. Keep concentrated. Atletico should be hard. I'm expecting a difficult game against Diego Simeone's side, and there are some good players in there, including Neves. Forgot about him. So let's do this, boys. Let's get another 3 points. Make it a clean sheet of wins. Over the top, Herrera. He's an ex-Man City player. I could have got him. Should have missed that. Neves. Come on. Oh, what? Come on. I thought you want that. Get the touch. Get it away. It's goal kick. I can't lie. I'm a little bit nervous because I'm worried that they'll come up with something I'm not expecting. Has to save by dropping deep to beat Seb Jovanovic. Run the dress. One. Look at the Mecha. Look at him running in there. Look at the Mecha. Great header. It's 1-0. Great finish by Lucas Nemecha. 1-0. Great way to start. What a start. First shot. And Lucas Nemecha heads home the opening goal. Braff again allowed too much space. He's coming up with his assists now, so he must have heard me talk about it. So Nemecha makes it 1-0. Fantastic way to start the game. That'll calm the nerves for sure. Atletico will have to respond, and we might be able to counter-attack. Come on, boys. 1-0. Nemecha with the first goal of the game. Great header. Thuram. There's another Thuram. I think there's one from Borussia Mönchengladbach. McKennie. Oh, look at Braff. Oh. In the box. Nemecha. Oh, the keeper saved it. Oh, I thought it was a poor shot. I think he might have got a deflection off it, but great chance to make it 2-0. Neves to Ram. Stay close to him, Pashlak. You know, I could have definitely got another right back, but oh, great tackle, header. Sorry, Nemecha. Then see if we can get McKennie. Braff. Just swear it. Oh, poor clearance. Poor clearance, good clearance. What are we on about? Oh, they're going to counter attack. Gonzalez should get that big set. Good tackle. Well defended. Away, Felix. Oh, no. Pashlak's not too far forward. Kai's not as Kai's. Oh, just on the line by Kai. Fortunately, he gets that steer due to Pashlak. So he can wait for someone to run. The Mecha's made a run. Oh, lovely chest. Like a brass arriving at the far post. Oh, no. Shot. One more. McKennie. Oh, what? I thought I went in. Oh, near post. It's a side netting, sorry, not near post. Oh, McKennie nearly made it 2. Great chance there. Need to take these, you know. Braff ball in the box. Look at Dressel. Volley! Oh, that's such a poor volley. God's sake, Dressel. 1 minute you're amazing, next minute you're really poor. And I think about replacing you, but I just can't. I've got such a love affair with you playing from the 3rd tier. Don't want to see before half time. That's a poor one. That's ours. This could be half time, surely. Great chance again to make it 2-0. Big Seb makes a meal of control on that. Smack this away. Half time. Well, so far we've had chances to make it 2-0, but if I'm honest, Atletico have not offered nothing going forward. They've been really poor. A couple of good moves inside our half, but after that they've just had no shots, or I don't think they have at least. No, can't remember any. But so far we're on 1-0. That can all change there in a heartbeat with players like João Felix and Neves. So get a second goal, we can win this. Come on. Away. Someone get in there. Don't lose my position. Nice. Pashlak. Oh goodness me, we're under pressure. Big Seb. Whack this away. Look at Braff. Oh, Braff, man. Great. Loads of space. Ball in the box. Nemecha's header. Volley. Oh, it doesn't matter. 2-0. Lucas Nemecha makes it 2. I thought he was going to go for a header. But instead he's volleyed at home just after half time. Like 10 minutes or so after half time. What? Not 10 minutes. For 2-3 minutes, you Dumbo. Doesn't matter. Nemecha makes it 2-0. Oh, nice way to make it 2-0. Nemecha. I thought he was going to header it, like I said, but it's a fantastic volley to beat All Black. And I think it's what we deserve at the very least. 2-0. Comfortable so far. Come on, lads. Thuram. He's not one of the most dangerous players in the team, but they still haven't created anything. Come on. Nice, well done, Stiege. Really good defending. He had such a poor start to his time at the club. Dressel's bombing forward. Look at everyone queuing up. Oh, lovely fake shot to the Nemecha. First time volley. Oh, why did I do that? Oh, I could have squared it, made it 3-0. They get one back from this. Carrera, he's a dick. Hold on, let me just change something. Yeah, hold on, I was just checking my yeah, sorry, I just checked my recording. And I forgot where I was. Crap. Carrera. Get this big step. No, come on. Stay calm. Win that. Win the shot. Oh, it's just wide. That's what I mean. That's why we needed that 3rd goal. They get one chance. They're back in the game. It's him again. Carrera. I hate playing against him. McKennie. Oh, the space. Go for a shot. No, blocked. Stay, we get there. They're gonna get there now, I think. It's poor, but isn't penalised before. Seb get it away. Dressel decides he doesn't want to touch it. They touch it now though. Dressel, Asker Sabar, McKennie. McKennie has time, you know. Dressel's running into the box towards Dressel. It's got to be 3-0. 3-0. So easy. The space I'm allowed, and like, I don't even have sliders adjusted at all on the pressing, whatever it is. But Dennis Dressel allowed the. Well, I think McKennie, if anyone, was allowed the space. He ran into the penalty box, and like, he missed that ball earlier on, but the simple stuff he does. Easy tap. Look at this. No one closing McKennie down, waiting for the run of Dressel, and he calmly makes it 3-0. Game over. Atletico have been poor defensively and attackingly, whatever the correct word is. Regardless, 3-0. Castellanos is out wide now. Braff. See if we can score something special. Oh, nice Ronaldo shot. Let's cow one in towards the far post. Oh, just wide. Yeah, I do that when I'm 3 or 4-0 up. I get a little overconfident, think I'm Ronaldo or Messi with these long shots and curlers. Nice little Ronaldo shot from Braff. But it goes wide of the mark. Should be full time any minute now, surely. Yep, full time. Really surprised how comfortable that was. Atletico didn't offer anything. Like, they had like a couple of shots. Of course, Correa had that shot in the second half. But regardless, 3-0. We beat Juventus 2-0. Besiktas 9-0. And we're now beating Atletico 3-0. We haven't conceded a goal. We've beaten all the teams in the supposed group of death. Like, I was really worried for having Juventus and Atletico in my group. Besiktas were just there. But regardless, we are literally destroying everyone in the group of death. 3 wins out of 3. A 3-0 win against Atletico. And we are definitely on course to 12-5 for the next round at this rate. To Bundesliga action at home as Jayden Brav had a chance to make it 1-0 earlier on, long distance from the free kick. And just watch this. What a free kick from Jayden Brav. It had to be him. 1-0 early on against Stuttgart in a game that, to be honest with you, was known for free kick goals. Like, Brav opened the score with a fantastic free kick, and into the second half he did actually score another goal to make it 2-0. But just before that, look at this shot from Brav. Smashes the bar, then it's off the line. Really unfortunate to make it 2-0, but like I now said, he did make it 2-0, and then he completed his hat-trick in the second half with, yes, you guessed it, another free kick. The first time I scored 2 free kicks in one game. What a finish. It had to be Brav. Brav was the only one who should have scored me 2 free kicks in a single game. 3-0 against Stuttgart, and then just as I felt like, you know, not pipe was going, but I was really happy with the performance, Stuttgart got a free kick towards the end, and yeah, they scored. So a game of free kicks, a 4-1 win in the end. And keeping with Bundesliga action, it was our final visit to the Allianz Arena to take on our big rivals in Munich, Bayern Munich. Of course, we could play them in the Champions League at some point, we don't know. But we knew this was our final Bundesliga game away from home against Bayern in the derby. We nearly had a great chance to make it 1-0. Neuer with a really poor throw, found Jayden Brav, and his really poor effort was squandered. Great chance to make it 1-0. He knew that was an opportunity missed. And in what was a really tight game, like, Bayern really pushed, we were really struggling. We had to have a hero, and Dennis Dressel, what a takedown with the chest, and an even better finish. What a finish from Dennis Dressel, our hero from the from the start of the career mode. What a finish! I was so happy with this goal. It was a tight game, like I said, we were really struggling to get the goals, and yeah, what a finish from Jayden Brav. Absolutely smashed it into the net to give us the lead, just what we needed. And then after that, towards the end of the game, we were trying to push for a second goal, catching him on the counter-attack, and that ball caught his hand, and it was a handball and a penalty to us to make it 2-0 in the derby. A chance from Lucas Demetra, decided to take the decisive penalty, Demetra makes it 2-0, sends that sky blue end of the Allianz Arena absolutely bananas. And I was disappointed not to give Pash the penalty, but I wanted to guarantee the 3 points to help us in a title race. And he done that. 2-0, a great performance in terms of what we had to battle against, and a derby day win to continue our such good momentum this season. Dennis Dressel, the hero, and Nemecha put the cherry on top of the cake. And it was another title rival that we had after this at home against RB Leipzig, our fellow team we just love to win and lose against. And I did forget to record this game, to be honest with you, but I did record the replays of the 2 goals that we scored in a 2-0 win, in which we had to defend really well. A really tough game, but our centre-backs defended particularly well throughout the match. Lucas Demetriou got the best of the lot. The second goal, a wonderful finish to beat the goalkeeper and to give us and securing us a 2-0 win, another win in clean sheet against a title rival. And we are back in Champions League action as we had Juventus return to the Olympic Stadion, out for some revenge, not just because of the last time they played us at this ground, but also because of the fact we absolutely just played them off the park at their ground, winning 2-0. We did lose, I believe, to Atletico Madrid just before this in a game which I simulated. It did mean we were back down to earth and wanted to get wins in the group of death, but we got the goals and we got the win that we needed. Jaden Brav opened scoring, great play out wide, cuts inside, completely fooled, I believe, Alexandro, and bent it past the French keeper to make it 1-0 to 1860 Munich. Just what we wanted to respond after the game against Atletico, which we had lost. And then we soon after that made it 2-0. Alexander Jovanovic, gave it to Lucas Demetriou. Lingard was arriving at the far post, completely unaware by Lucas Digne, and he simply taps in the second goal, and it was a 2-goal margin for us. We were taking Juventus apart, literally, like they were nowhere near the team they were last year when they pushed us right towards the end. And then we made it 3-0 after that, because Jaden Brav does what he does best, completely fools the defenders, got it to Winston McKennie. He then played it into Lucas Demetriou. His first time shot was blocked, but it fell ever so kindly at his feet to make it 3-0. And then he did get another goal because Winston McKennie, great ball out wide towards Jaden Brav, outpacing Emerson it was, not Alexandro. Ball into the box, and Demetriou with a fantastic bumping volley to make it 4-0. A really good performance from the boys in Sky Blue. 4-0, great way to respond after the defeat to Atletico Madrid in the away fixture that I did, like I mentioned earlier, simulate. But we're back on course to qualifying for the knockout stages in the group of death in quite comfortable fashion, to be honest with you. 4-0 we won that game by. Juventus will be sick of the sight of playing us. They really must do, because we scored so many goals against them. We've broke their hearts in the knockout phases, and I think they will be in trouble of not even qualifying for the next round of the Champions League. Great win. And in our final group stage game of the season, it was against Besiktas away, and we absolutely destroyed them. 11-0. This is the best goal of the lot. Valentin Castellanos with a brilliant control and an even better finish to dupe the goalkeeper to make it 8-0 at this point. But we did win that game by 11-0. Really easy goals for Raul. And yeah, it was a fantastic way for Castellanos to complete his hat-trick in that win. And after that, we're back in the Bundesliga as we simulated the game against Augsburg. I actually got a penalty at this point, in which I wanted Raul Labella to take it, and this weird camera angle popped up, like not the normal penalty taking camera angle. I had to try and figure out where the target thing was. Really confused by it, but regardless, he tucked it into the top corner to make it 5-0. A great win that was. Similar to actually the penalty we had in the very first season, where that was that camera angle. Regardless, we beat Augsburg by 5-0. And to wrap up the episode, it was the final game of the calendar year in the Bundesliga, matchday 16, against our old foes from the DFB Pokal final, Wolfsburg. Of course, we beat them 2-1 after extra time at the end of last season. They were out for revenge, and to be honest, going into this game, they were right at the top of the table with us. We were first by a little bit, but they weren't far behind us, and we knew we had to win to push them away. And this game was actually planned to be a live game. I had live commentary and everything, but to be honest with you, not a lot happened because I absolutely destroyed them. Jaden Brav got the first goal just after 20 minutes, smashing in at the near post. Like I said, it was a comfortable routine win, so I just didn't see the point in putting it in the actual video, to be honest with you. I'm sorry if you're disappointed by that. We decided not to be very good sports as they've had a player injured. Look at this, McKennie had acres of space as a result, and he smashed in. Really powerful effort from the American to make it 2-0. A fantastic goal and a fantastic performance all round. Like I said, it was just so easy for out. But yeah, we probably should have put the ball out of play. But of course, as you can see probably in the background, if you notice, Thuram was back from his injury. Who actually, after the Besiktas game, Askasiba got the same injury as Thuram. He was out for 3 months. At least they swapped turns, took turns of getting injured. And while I'm rambling on about injuries, Another goal was scored by Lucas Nemecha, 3-0. Turan was back. Miro absolutely flying. We couldn't be stopped. So many goals this half of the season, and so many wins as a result. And great to attack. Even at 3-0, we were pushing to win the ball and score more goals. Lingard again not closed down. Couple to aim, but I thought Nemecha was offside, but he had the time and the space. He should not be allowed the time to touch in the penalty box and then tuck it away into the bottom corner, especially at this level of the game, the top German league. But it happened, and we took advantage of it. And Dressel, he had the chance to make it 5 towards the end, squares it to Jaden Braff, who won't miss them. Dressel has a real bad habit of missing really simple chances and scoring great goals, or vice versa. But regardless, he set up Braff, and we beat Wolfsburg by 5-0, and a really good way to end the calendar year. I think it sums up how this season's been going so far. We've been blowing teams out of the water, scoring loads and loads of goals, not conceding many. Defensively, we've been very strong, and of course, the Champions League we're doing superbly well in, and a fantastic and a fitting way to end today's episode by beating Wolfsburg, our title rivals, let's be honest, by 5-0. And this is how we look at the end of the calendar year. And yeah, I said earlier on, Wolfsburg was our final now. We did have Hoffenheim, which we drew afterwards. But regardless, we're top, 44 points, 2 points ahead of Borussia Dortmund. It's tighter than I thought it was. But look at the goals scored and the goals conceded we have. We are literally running away with the league in that aspect of it. So, but Dortmund are really keeping tabs on us. RB Leipzig aren't too far behind Bayern, and it's not even in the Champions League spot. So that's a great bonus regardless. But also, we did bow out of the DFB Pokal in round 2. Really poor. I rotated the team because of the Champions League match before, and we did lose 4-0 to an old foe from our very first campaign in the DFB Pokal by Leverkusen. So, not ideal, but we won the cup. We won the league. We're concentrating on other things. I wasn't too fussed about this. And of course, the Champions League. We had to get Manchester City again. Round of 16, and then we lost them in the semi-finals, so it's not the same round. But round of 16, we got a really tough task of beating Pep Guardiola's side to push ourselves forward in the Champions League. Especially, I want to win the Champions League. I'm going to have to beat Man City. Come on, man. But having a look at the team, this is the team at the halfway point. I can't think of anything I need. I know Pashlik's our lowest rated player at 78, and he does stand out like a sore thumb. But I really like playing with him. He's really good defensively, really good attacking. And I think his rating doesn't do him justice. So the only position I was thinking of buying is another Wenger. Getting a really, I got 100 million still, something like that after selling players. So if I can get a really good Wenger in January, that would be great. But I'll have to see if he lets me. And with that wraps up today's episode, the first half of season number 5, the final season of the 1860 Munich CFG Takeover Career Mode. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you really enjoyed today's episode. We've been flying goals in left, right and centre, and we've been defending particularly well. And in the group of death, I call it group of death purely because of the fact the other groups didn't look that bad. So I think we got the bad group, but we've destroyed them. Apart from that blip against Atletico, which I did simulate, so I expected that. But yeah, really good first half of the season. Can we close out the final season with a Bundesliga title and a Champions League trophy? Who knows? We'll have to find out in the next episode. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave it a like, comment down below, subscribe if you're new, and I'll speak to you guys later. Cheerio.